Hi everyone, it's Karen, and tonight is Tuesday night training, and our topic tonight is focus. And of course, we're going to talk about focus, but depending on how the conversation goes, we just never know, because I want to make sure that whoever joins us tonight leaves this call or leaves this meeting with ideas and things that will work for them. So let me go ahead and share my screen, because we're going to talk about focus. And I am going to just see if I can. Can you all see this? Follow one course until successful?
Yeah.
Okay, great. What does that mean to you? Does that, it seems kind of commonsensical, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Don't go off on another path.
It's like it's easy to say, but is it easy to do?
It depends on the thing, I think.
Okay.
But
okay.
I don't know. I guess you could get off track easy enough with life getting in the way sometimes.
Yeah, I think that people do, for sure, for sure. Okay, well, it's really important for us to reach for what we want from our Pampered Chef business. And would either of you or both of you, since we have we can do some individual attention tonight, would either of you or both of you like to share, what is your 30-day or 90-day goal with Pampered Chef? What would you like to accomplish? I know, Taylor, that you're new, but you must have some idea of, one of your first goals.
My goal when I started out in June, I think my 90 day is coming up at the beginning of September, I think. And so my goal was to sell $12.50 each month. I came up very, very short last month.
Okay.
And so I'm on track to hit that this month. And my goal is to at least get one recruit before my 90 days. And
awesome.
I have 2 potentials, so.
That's a great goal. That's a great goal. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Sandra, how about you?
My next 30-day goal is I would like to start hosting classes and have I have a big giant room that we're renovating, and I want to be able to do parties from my house to have the excuse of not having a place to have a party. So I want to do classes for picky eaters and seniors, classes for work meals, like getting ready for work and that sort of thing at my house. So I'll do a girls' night out probably once a week at my house, and then 2 nights a month I want to do the group parties.
Okay. Excellent. Those are great ideas. And then, so what will that mean for you in terms of what your sales are and, what growth you would like to see for your business?
I'm kind of hoping that will open up a lot of avenues for people to actually get to meet me face to face and see the products and hold them face to face, rather than me trying to just sell to people online that I never see. So I kind of get more of a rapport with people, a more personal connection, because I feel like for me, I'll do a lot better with sales that way.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Taylor, have you been mostly virtual, or are you doing live parties?
Mostly virtual right now, partially because my husband and I are relatively new to the area. So I'm hoping to maybe eventually do in-home parties, but just focusing on virtual parties.
Yeah, that's great. And now, how far I know you just moved into a new house. How far away did you move?
About 30 minutes, so it's not too far.
Not too bad. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, the thing that's important to always remember with your Pampered Chef business is, and really in life in general, is that you're either green and growing or ripe and rotten. And so really, when you feel you start feeling stagnant at any time, remember to reach out and ask for help, or to ask for some classes to take. I really encourage you to network with others who have similar goals. So, Taylor, your first goal to add a team member to your team is, one of your first steps for building a director team. And if that's something that's important to you, try to network with other people who would like to be a director too. And as we work on our Get the More You're Looking For, which I'm going to be doing at 9 o'clock tonight, people who attend that are great people to maybe network with. But because there's always another level to reach for, no matter how good you are right now. And when you constantly strive to improve, you build character. You become more as a person, and you have more to offer. It's really an exciting journey that ultimately leads to fulfillment and prosperity. And that's from Jack Canfield. Jack Canfield is kind of my guru when it comes to focus. And he wrote a book called The Power of Focus. And I don't have time to tell you everything that's in this book, but I just wanted to share some of the highlights from it. So, but that's really what he says. And I think that this is really good advice. The power of focus, you can't change yesterday. You can only learn from it. You might feel like that from last month, Taylor, because it sounded like you were a little disappointed in your month last month, and that's okay. And you know what? And I think that sometimes that disappointment, it really serves to let you know that it's important to you. It's telling you, I do want to have a better month. And so certainly not to beat yourself up about it, but to think about, what you can do better the next time. You can't count on tomorrow. None of us knows whether it will come true for sure. You're always thinking about what happened yesterday. If you're always thinking about what happened yesterday or today or tomorrow, you'll never get anything done today. So choose today. And your focus needs to remain in the area where you have some control. And that's right now. You can't control what happened yesterday, and tomorrow isn't here yet, so you can't really do anything about it tomorrow. The only thing you can do is worry about today and putting yourself in the best position to be ready for tomorrow. Oprah said that success is when preparedness meets opportunity. And I really like that. So it's when you're prepared. So I think that's a good tip. This is kind of funny because we're talking about 6 months of hardcore focus. Look at this slide is not in focus. This is kind of funny. 6 months of hardcore focus and alignment could put you 5 years ahead in life. Don't underestimate the power of consistency and desire. And this is especially true in the direct selling business. Because, you could really work, just put your nose to the grindstone, and you don't have to work 24/7, but certainly if you were working as hard at a direct sales business as you were a full-time, 9-to-5 business, you could really put yourself in a great position of growth. What if I told you that there are only 6 things that you need to do every day to increase your productivity? Does that sound like an easy job to you? Sound like something you could manage? Okay.
What the 6 things are.
Well, here they are. The 6 things productive people do every day, and they're just 6, are set aside 15 minutes every night to plan your goals for the next day.
I do that.
Do you do that a lot, Sandra?
Yeah, I'm a list writer and a goal planner.
Are you the type that makes a list, and then if you complete your list and then you do some other things and then you write it on the list so you can check it off too?
I write lists.
Well, we've lost you, Sandra. And Taylor, I saw you shaking your head too. You can identify with this?
Yeah, I like to make lists partially because I feel like I have 50,000 things going on in my brain at once.
Uh-huh.
So having a list helps me stay organized and so I don't forget things.
Yeah. Sandra, we're not ignoring you, but we just can't understand you. I don't know if you can tell from your end that.
If I finish that list, I'll write another one.
Yeah, you might want to do thumbs up or something like that for us.
That's okay. I can hear you guys.
Oh, you can hear us though. Okay.
I hear you.
All right. All right. So if you doubt the power of focus, try riding 2 bikes simultaneously. How productive is that? Isn't that a great analogy?
Yeah.
That's something we would do. Okay, so every morning, manage your mood. I don't know, maybe this doesn't apply to you, but you know what? Don't let anyone control your mood. And some things that might help get you in the mood. And I'm going to tell you that there is a book and a video called Monday Morning Motivation. And if you search for that in the Joe Pack group, there is a video that will really help. It's about an hour long, and I can't remember his name, but it really is helpful. It really is helpful to give you some ideas on everybody who is successful has a morning routine. And you need to find the routine that will work for you. And things to try. If you're still trying to figure out what your routine is, maybe start with devotions, affirmations about things that you want to have happen. I am recruiting someone and helping a new consultant start a Pampered Chef business this week. I'm going to find my person this week. And of course, put yourself in a positive atmosphere. That's really important. Have you ever had anybody negative in your life? What happens when you have a negative person in your life?
They try to make your life negative.
And then what do you do about that?
I don't let people in my life like that.
You have to distance yourself from that, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Taylor, I see you shaking your head too.
Yeah.
And I just turned 65, you guys, and sometimes you think back to some people, and you feel bad. You feel bad, but you have to do what's best for you. You really have to do what's best for you. Don't check email first thing in the morning. All right. When you come up with your system about what is going to get you in the mood, every actor goes through this, process of getting in character, and this is kind of what you need to do to put yourself into character for being successful until it becomes just autonomous for you. So one of the things you don't want to do is check email first thing in the morning, because what's going to happen is you're going to get sidetracked and you're not going to do your system right. You're not going to do what you need to do in order to put yourself in a position of success and productivity. Ask yourself from that list, does it need to be done? Learn to eliminate unnecessary tasks. Again, I really encourage you to think about what duties or tasks especially for your Pampered Chef business, what is going to produce income for you? And there's a couple answers. What's going to produce income for you guys?
Hosting parties.
Hosting parties.
Recruits.
And team members. Absolutely. Those are the 2 things that are going to make you money. Bingo, Taylor. So make sure that those tasks you might need to break, you might need to look at, who have I talked with about recruiting? Who do I need to follow up with? Or who do I think would be good that I need to contact today? Could be, again, through text. But remember, one of the things that you really want to do is do 25 contacts every week. And that is 2-way contacts. That means you've sent out a contact and you've been able to connect with them. All right. So really work on that. That would be 5 a day. And if you do that consistently, that's important. It's important to do it consistently, 5 a day, as opposed to doing 25 on Friday. You're going to be more successful if you do it on a consistent basis instead of all at once. But focus on recruiting efforts, sales efforts, very new people on your team, and you want to work with performers and people who want more. I know that sometimes there might be people out in our team who feel like, maybe I don't spend any time with them. But, it's like, how it's the squeaky wheel gets the oil. The person who who needs help and wants help, they're the ones that reach out. And sometimes it's hard to connect with those who, we don't hear from. And it's funny because I love to hear from consultants, and because I know they're working. People say, well, I've got so many questions. Well, that's okay. There's no limit as to how many questions you can, we want to answer for you, because the more questions you ask, the more you're going to be working. So we certainly want to support that. Okay. Eliminate distractions. Distractions are a toughie, aren't they? And sometimes we create them.
Physical.
Yeah. Well, Sandra, we could really talk about some of the distractions and, obstacles that you have, but you certainly overcome them. But, and at conference, we passed out a key, didn't we, Sandra?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what it was a key for your business.
Key.
And every day, if you had a little shop down on Main Street in your town, and if you didn't go to that little shop every day and open up the door and open up for business, you wouldn't have a business, would you?
No.
So you have to think about what you need to do for your business every day, and turn that key and put out your little shingle for business. But in some ways, if you were going to a business office, you'd be isolating yourself from home distractions. And I'm thinking about right now the dishes I have upstairs in my kitchen sink that I really should be doing, but here I am. So it's you really have to learn to put on the blinders and think about, if you had to go to work from 8 to 5, you'd have to go to work from 8 to 5, and the dirty dishes wouldn't matter, would they? So it's the same thing with us. But if you can still manage to work in your household tasks and still get your business tasks done, great. And I think laundry is a great one for that. But you may want to consider saving household tasks until you get home from work, just like you would be doing if you had to go out of the house to earn income. And and just saying that if you don't learn how to focus on your Pampered Chef business, you might have to go out and get a job. So to keep you from that. It's funny because I think about people who maybe go out and get a job. Who knows how much they make at Target? Anybody know?
9 something.
9 something. They'll go to Target, make $9 an hour, and if they spent that same amount of time, developing their Pampered Chef business, they'd make a whole heck of a lot more. Anyway. One reason few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. Isn't that true? I call that living in mediocrity. And I might have... if you read one book every month about our industry, about direct sales, and if you're not familiar with Belinda Ellsworth's Direct Selling for Dummies, you're familiar with that book, aren't you, Sandra?
I never read it.
Never got, okay. Taylor, have you heard of that book before?
No.
It's yellow. You like the Dummies books, but it's for direct sellers, and it's written by Belinda Ellsworth, who happens to be a friend of mine, and it totally is amazing. But if you read one book every month about your industry, in 10 years you'll have read 120 books. That will put you in the top 1% of your field. And I think about sometimes all the time we waste. I have a little trick that I do, that when I'm going to a show or I'm going to something that's Pampered Chef related, I listen to a tape or video. I mean, even if I just listen to it in the car, I listen to something constructive on the way there. On the way back, I listen to my country music. Okay, so that's my little trick. So, and if you go, this just popped into my head because it's been on my mind lately. There's that coffee talk workshop on Saturday mornings at 9:00. Are you aware of that, Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay. And Sandra, I know that you know about it, right?
I don't know. No, I don't.
Okay, well, I'll go and make sure that you're in the group. Are you in the group, Taylor? Do you know?
I don't think so.
Let me make sure that I'll add you to the group. It's called Coffee Talk.
I
And
don't
if
think I am either.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you, Sandra.
I don't think I'm a part of it either.
Okay, I will after we get off the call, I will go and make sure to add you. But what's really nice, in fact, I could show you. You know what? I'll show you because I think we're going to be finished with this early. Okay, so systems are the key, and what we're learning, and this is, and actually, and right now things are changing so much because the virtual world has really kind of taken over our business, and there's a lot of changes there for us oldies. So right now, for me, I'm working on new systems because I had the live show systems down pat. So I'm reworking some of the systems, but everybody needs to have their personal system, of course, starting with your morning routine. But we talked a little bit about scheduling devotion time, taking some quiet time to learn something new, and then applying what you learn, and then of course sharing those lessons with others. And you know what? And I want to just add here that when you share with others, it's not just, you're not saving it to share with your potential team and the team you plan on building. It's with your sister consultants. It's with, I have an accountability group. I call it a mastermind group that I meet with every Thursday. And sometimes we talk for 2 hours. And I'm going to tell you that, and I, for the last 15 years, I've been in a couple of different groups. But I'm going to tell you, that's life-changing when you associate with others. So you want to have things to share with others. You want to be growing so that when you take something from them, a good idea, you've got something to share. When they ask you, again, when you share things that is not asked for, then you're sharing your opinion. But when they ask you and you're sharing your experience, that's what makes an association like that so wonderful. And so you want to be in a position where you have things to share with others. And you know what? Because today is a gift, and that's why they call it the present. Which brings me to talk about who can I share this gift with, and what gift am I talking about?
This business.
We have what's our big special this month with Pampered Chef?
You can get back all your money for your kit if you earn it back.
Yeah, when? And I'm going to challenge you to. And
30 days.
Yeah, I don't. You know what, Sandra? And I'm not picking on you, but in this business, for all of you, I tell everybody, take the word "if" out of your vocabulary. Replace it with "when." Okay. Yep.
When in your first 30 days.
There you go. And
when you sell 12.
There you go. There you go.
Again.
Do you see the difference there? Do you see the difference? How many have either of you made a list of 25 people that you've met or could that you've maybe met through your virtual parties or through your past hosts, or people that you know who could use some extra money, or even if they would just be willing to give the business a try for 25 days to get that kit, to get $1,100 worth of product for free?
I have probably
Okay, we've lost you, Sandra, for a minute.
more than that.
You probably have more than that?
Already to sign up.
Yeah.
But I do have 7 people to born.
Okay. Taylor, have you given any thought to that? I think I'm going to unmute you. There we go.
I muted because I was making some noise with my pen pack.
Oh, no problem.
I think I have maybe 10 people I could think of. And I've reached out to some of them and they've said, they're not interested right now.
Okay. Even with the $1,100. Tell me, refresh my memory. Who is your recruiter?
Lori Coleman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and she's available to do 3-way calls too.
Yep.
And that's something that that's really helpful too. So yeah, really think about that. And I know that we were coming up on the 13th. It's only halfway through the month. We still have a lot of follow-up to do, and I would encourage you to just sprinkle things as the month goes on. Okay, so that's what I have. Now what I would like to do is I would like to show you, I'm going to take you to the Coffee Talk page. And this is great. This is not part of Pampered Chef's team. I'm sorry, this is not part of the JOPAC team. Actually, it took me there. Coffee Talk. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to share this screen. And okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add you to that, Sandra, and I will add Taylor. Taylor Michelle, right? That's not your last name, is it?
No, that's my middle name.
Okay.
My job is as a health professional, so I don't want patients to be able to find me on Facebook.
I see. I don't blame you. I know teachers do that too.
Yeah.
All right, so what I want you to see is if you go here into the announcement page, there's like 100 classes that have been taught. Look at all these.
Wow.
So, and all you have to do, you can always go in the phone number and access it. It looks like they don't have an access. But all you got to do is click on this. If you want to know about vendor, they're all like a half hour, so it's not a huge commitment of time. And you can do, what I like to do is I will put it on while I'm doing something else. And then I'm like, oh, I got to go back and listen to that because I want to take some notes. That's for me, that's how I do it. But the thing about it is you can test it kind of while you're doing other things. In fact, I just posted this about recruiting, the Dawn Ferreira.
So now,
I'm sorry?
This is all Pampered Chef related, right?
It's all Pampered Chef related. These are all Pampered Chef consultants. It's not JOPAC.
This is all Pampered Chef though, right?
It's all Pampered Chef. These are all Pampered Chef consultants. It doesn't say who the people are. They were doing, Sharon Zellen, Marna Ross, they've all taught classes in this. Okay. I can't do it because I've got the cafe on Saturday mornings.
Right.
But so now you can go here. I'm going to make you dizzy here going up and down. But you can always go in on Saturday morning if you dial this phone number, use this access code at 9:00 Eastern time, and you can be there and you can listen to them, you can ask questions, and it's really worth your time. Does it make sense?
Yep.
All right. So, any questions, any comments about what we talked about tonight?
It was very helpful.
Is it helpful? Good.
Yeah.
Good. That makes me feel good. So.
And I especially like the take if out and replace it with when. I think that is something I do a lot. So changing that will be beneficial.
How we talk to ourselves is so important. It really is important. And I really challenge you to think about how you talk to yourself. And if you would let your best friend talk to you in the same manner, how long would you be a friend to yourself if you could get away with it? Just really think about you. I feel you have to train people how to treat you, including yourself. So, yeah. And that's what I love about this business. I'm sorry, Sandra.
to
I couldn't understand you. Sandra lives in a real remote part of Michigan. Do you live
I
in
know
Do you live in North Carolina, Taylor?
No, I live in Tennessee. We lived on the west side of Nashville, and we just moved to Hendersonville, which is north of Nashville.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I'm from like right down here in Michigan.
What town?
Three Rivers.
Oh, my sister used to live in Coldwater
Okay, yeah.
for years.
My mother-in-law lives way out in the middle of nowhere in a small town called Jones.
Uh-huh.
And they just got internet, and thankfully it's fast. But before I don't get very good cell reception
Wow.
up there.
Wow.
I understand Sandra's pain.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have internet, and I live right by Three Rivers. I live in Brooklyn.
I've never heard of Brooklyn.
It's right by MIS Raceway.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I forgot that was close there. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, listen, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this helps you, and let's keep on top of our goals. Okay. Starting with tomorrow. We're gonna get off. You got 10-15 minutes. You can make a list of the things you need to get done for tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Karen.
And if you do that tomorrow, you can say, Karen's proud of you. Pat yourself on the back. Say, Karen's proud of you. Okay.
Okay.
For what that's worth. All right, you guys. See you soon. Maybe I'll see you at 9 o'clock. Come and join us.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.